overthinking is a difficult habit to break. You can even persuade yourself that deliberating about a problem for a very long time is the secret to coming up with the greatest solution. But that's not typically the case. In actuality, the more you ponder something, the less time and energy you have to act in a useful way. Also, it can be draining to continually second-guess your choices, consider all the things you could have done better, and imagine the worst-case scenarios. Overthinking is the practice of thinking about a subject or circumstance repeatedly and in depth. You struggle to get your thoughts to concentrate on anything else when you overthink. The one thing you are thinking about consumes it. According to popular belief, overthinking is not useful because it requires considering a situation from almost all angles and projecting what might happen in the future. According to research, overthinking is linked to depressive, anxious, and post-traumatic stress disorder symptoms, PTSD. Everybody occasionally overthinks. Maybe you've spent countless hours trying to figure out what to dress for your forthcoming job interview, or you keep thinking about all the things that could go wrong when you deliver your presentation next week. You can take action in your life rather than just thinking about the things that are upsetting you by learning how to stop overthinking. Overthinking a situation or problem may be a natural tendency, but here are steps you can take to help keep your mind clear and focused. A clear mind improves productivity and leads to a much more content lifestyle. That said, we have all been guilty of clouding our minds by overthinking a particular situation or event. While we can't avoid stressing out altogether, there are certain ways to control the intensity of our thoughts. Here are 8 ways to get rid of the excessive thinking and eventually clear your mind. 1. Understand that you have a problem. The first step towards eradicating any problem is to realize that there is one. Easier said than done. This may actually be the hardest part of your entire problem-solving process. If you believe overthinking has ruined certain parts of your life, then it is time to understand what triggers this for you and what you can do to finish this problem once and for all. The best way to identify the problem is to ask your friends and family who are nearest to you. These are usually the first people who will be able to tell you whether or not you are an overthinker. 2. Be forgiving. The next step is to be more forgiving towards yourself. The brain has a natural tendency to overthink certain situations, and guess what? It is completely natural to overthink because this is how we're hardwired. Therefore, if you are overthinking a certain situation or event, you are only being human, since our brains are designed to weave thoughts together instead of putting them in compartments. Given that we have been programmed this way, don't be too hard on yourself. 3. Indulge in physical activities. Physical activities are beneficial for the body as well as the soul. Whether it is going for a walk down the park, walking your pet, doing light aerobic exercise, a workout at the gym, or even your favorite sport, being physically active is a great way to take your mind off something that is bothering you and redirect it towards positivity. Ideally, you should try to find activities that are both mentally and physically challenging. This way, you will remain focused and not feel the need to obsessively think about something that has been bothering you. 4. Be mindful. The biggest mistake that overthinkers make is that they refuse to live in the present. But when you are consumed by past failures, it is difficult to see that the present moment can be a source of happiness. To avoid this, you can practice mindfulness through meditation. A person can't let go of worrying thoughts completely, but you can diminish the worry by incorporating small practices into your daily routine. Being mindful helps one see the silver lining of their life and then to move on. 5. Write it down. Writing is a great way to vent out your thoughts and feelings. It is also a good way to let go of all the negativity that comes with all those thoughts. Although people today may be more inclined to use their free time to scroll their social media feeds rather than writing, penning your thoughts on a regular basis helps to clear your mind. Keeping a journal will help you understand what you are going through and then help you to release whatever is burdening your mind. 6. Loosen up. Many of our problems arise because we feel there is a need to control what is happening around us. This is largely because we are so focused on outcomes that we fail to see the entire process that leads to it. We wish to mold events exactly the way we want, but when they fail to take place how we would want them, we tend to lose our cool. But we need to make peace with the fact that we have little control over our surroundings or circumstances. Going with the flow of events does not mean surrendering or giving up control entirely. It simply means to loosen up a little and allow things to fall into place naturally rather than forcefully. 7. Focus on your surroundings. A lot of people become so obsessive with their thinking process that they fail to understand what is taking place around them and end up taking people and situations around them for granted. Be cautious of falling into the pitfall of your mind. where you fail to see the emotions projected towards you because your thoughts will create your reality. How you perceive the world will eventually shape how the universe will perceive you and how your life, in turn, will become. So, engage in activities that calm your mind. One approach is to organize and clean your surroundings. Exercising control over your immediate environment and taking the action to make it less cluttered and more calming can bring forth an immediate and lasting sense of peace. 8. Talk it out. If you have good friends in your life, then you are bestowed with one of the greatest blessings that life can offer. Talking to friends can help you get the weight off your chest and maybe even come up with a solution to your problem. Even if it doesn't solve the issue that has been bothering you, just the thought of having someone to confide in is enough to keep you sane. Lastly, remember that you are not alone. Everyone, at some point, has obsessed over a particular situation and scenario. There is no reason to feel that you are different or weird. This is simply how we are patterned. With that being said, it is up to us to decide whether we want to make it a habit or learn to let go of things and shift our lives to one of more ease, flow, and joy. Thanks for watching, and hope you got value from this video. Consider subscribing, and see you in the next video.